Hello, and welcome back to another video. All right, I'm excited. Today I am on the King Song S22 electric unicycle with built-in hydraulic suspension. The little hydraulic tank in the back allows the wheel and frame to compress and decompress to make up for the difference in bumps on the road. Suspension is very much like something you'd find in a car or modern bicycle or mountain bike, and it works. As you can see, if I hit a speed bump or I hit a pothole, I might be a little safer on this wheel than I would be on a non-suspension wheel. Suspension wheels are typically more advanced, newer, and they seem to be taking over the marketplace. I have the GPS information turned on for today's ride in Central Park, where I will get a feel of the capabilities of this wheel as far as speed and power are concerned. And maybe I'll provide some information about the range of this wheel, which is supposed to be lower because it doesn't have as big of a battery as the Sherman and other wheels. So this is the King Song S22 with some of the modifications to make the suspension system a little smoother and better. And I believe it also has the upgraded motor, but all that means is I'm not susceptible to the manufacturing problems that have existed in this wheel. I believe this wheel is in good shape. The earlier models of this wheel you have to be careful with because they have been known to have problems. I'll just leave it like that because it's a whole in-depth story that I don't want to get into right now. But just long story short, it's had issues with fires, and it's had issues with suspension getting stuck, and it's had issues with the motor, what's called motor slippage. The magnets get misaligned and the motor thinks it's accelerating, it's trying to move, but it's not. And so yeah, but this is a good S22. And when the S22 is good, is it good? Let's find out. Okay, so far it's a noticeable difference riding a wheel that compresses and decompresses when you hit a bump. So I don't feel as nervous and scared to hit a pothole as I do when I'm on my Sherman. The acceleration feels about on par with the Sherman. I know that the top speed on paper is not quite there. This is 43 miles an hour. The Sherman is more like 45, 48. But, you know, when it comes to top speed, a lot of things make a difference. Like, is your battery full? And what kind of terrain are you riding on? And how much does the rider weigh? And how much? So let's just say that for argument's sake for now, the S22 Pro that I'm on right now is about equivalent with my Sherman as far as acceleration and top speed. But as far as range, that's not the case. However, I don't do super long ride. This isn't a cross-country ride. I'm just doing a few miles in Central Park, so we won't have to really worry about range too much. Hello? Hello? Yes? I can barely hear you. You sound really far away. I'm in Central Park. Yeah. Do you want me to meet you somewhere? Okay, I'm gonna do a speed run and then I'll meet you there. I'll be there soon. All right, bye. All right, so like I said, I turned on the speed on this ride today so that we can get a feel for how fast I'm going. I've been having problems with the speedometer on the screen, the GPS and speedometer on the screen lately. But guess what? I literally changed phones. I no longer have my iPhone that I've been using for over 5 years with no issues. But I've just changed it recently. I did the whole migration. I'm now on a different phone. I have a newer iPhone. So I hope that resolves the issue I was having in terms of the Insta360 hooking up with the phone and giving me the on-screen speed and data. Now, today, now that I have a newer, faster, better phone, I turned on all the, the levers. I run app in background, location always on. I gave this app, the Insta360 app, full access. Full. Didn't hold back on anything. I like privacy, but today I just turned on all the switches. So if we don't see GPS data and on-screen miles per hour and how far I've come and elevation and all that, if it doesn't show right now on this lap as you're watching this, then that means there was still an issue and it still didn't do its job correctly, and I just took it off. I always take it off if it starts freezing up and there's no data and the data gets stuck. I only leave it on when the data actually did what it was supposed to do the whole time and shows the accurate speed the whole time and so on. So if I left it on, then that means not only did it work, but it worked under duress, under stressful circumstances. Because normally I'm finicky about turning off the phone, I'm finicky about minimizing the app, I'm finicky about everything to try to get it just right. And sometimes even that doesn't work, but it does work at times, as you know, because you have seen some of my videos where I have the on-screen information displayed. But today I literally just comfortably turned it on and then put the phone in my pocket. I turned the phone off, and it everything should just still be running, and running smoothly and cleanly at that. And if I get a call or anything happens, everything should still be running. It shouldn't get interrupted or thrown for a loop today. It should just be good throughout the whole ride. Give me all the speed information I need. And if it did work, then it means that two things. It means I have a better phone now, and that helped a lot. That the phone can handle more tasks in the background and can handle all the stuff I'm asking it to do with multiple apps running at once. But it also means that allowing the apps to have privileges like running in the background, which you can find in settings, general, background app refresh, having settings like that turned on make an impact on how well the app features will work. Because I don't think I had every single setting turned on. I still had battery saving settings turned on, where I would say, for example, allow once as far as privacy information like location, or I would have different things turned off where I felt like it should be enough for everything to be working. But oftentimes I'd open up my phone screen to a message that says camera has been disconnected, and then when I watch the video or I try to do the editing for the video and leave the screen information on, like the GPS data, elevation, acceleration, all that stuff, and then I'll find that data is corrupted, meaning it works partially throughout the video, but throughout a lot of the video it hangs and it doesn't update and it doesn't refresh and it gets stuck. So when it works smoothly, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I'm like, oh cool, we got the whole lap data up and around. And on the Insta360 website it says don't put your phone in your pocket. You know what? I've gotten good data with my phone in my pocket for entire rides, for the entire lap. So I'm gonna have to forego that instruction, and I expect it to work with my phone in my pocket. If it doesn't, to me that's a sort of a deal breaker in a sense, because what that tells me is that the feature is not ready yet. I have to be able to leave my phone in my pocket, because where am I supposed to put it? Look, I'm holding a camera stick. I can't hold my camera stick and a phone. And I'm not going to hang my camera on my helmet or anything like that, because that gives you weird angles where your head looks ginormous and your feet look tiny, which makes sense because everything is closer to the camera when the camera's on your helmet. I like having these, like, you know, angle shots. I like moving the camera around during the lap and so on. I like putting the camera down here where you can kind of see up ahead, but you can also see the wheel up close. Yeah, indecisive bicycle riders, be careful, please don't hurt us. I get it, if you're sightseeing, if I was out here on a bike, I'd be sightseeing too. It's a beautiful day out. I'm kind of sightseeing right now. I'm just doing it at a much higher pace. Okay, let's see how fast I can get this thing going. Now I don't have to worry about getting lobbed into the air by a speed bump like I do when I'm on my Sherman. With your Sherman, you have to memorize where the bumps are. That's what I've learned. If I don't memorize where the devastating, deadly bumps are, I could be in for a rude surprise. I think that's like my main selling point on suspension for an electric unicycle. I do not want to be going 45 miles an hour and hit a bump I don't recognize or I'm not familiar with, because I honestly believe that might be the recipe that it takes to send me down onto the ground. I don't want to fall off my wheel again at high speeds. I'm really trying everything I can to ensure that doesn't happen. So, yeah, on a wheel like this, with suspension, I can go faster even if I'm not familiar with where all the bumps are. And with the Sherman, no. I have to do a route multiple times, get comfortable with it, know where everything is, and then I can gradually go faster and faster over the weeks and months. And that's just how it is when you have a non-suspension electric unicycle. Yeah, so today I'm on the S22 by King Song, which has suspension and feels great. Great wheel all around. Feels about as good as the Sherman. I don't know how fast I'm going yet. Have I broken 40 miles an hour yet? I'm not sure. I don't think I have. I think it would have like tilted back or something. Okay, so yeah. So nobody wants to Okay. Stroller people only look in one direction. That's kind of a problem. It's not a problem for me. I mean, I'm not trying to hit anybody. I'm going to avoid you, but if you have a stroller and you're crossing the street, look both ways. Look, it even shows you on the floor. There's two directions for bike lanes on this area because it's like a crosstown route. It's a route that, yeah, you're going to have to tighten that leash, lady, because if a bike or something comes, yeah, that leash, for her safety and for the dogs, that beautiful dog, it's important to keep the animal next to you because bikes are coming fast, and if the dog jumps out suddenly and a biker doesn't see it or something, that would be terrible. And puppers deserve the best. We love puppers. Okay, so here we go. Let's try to pick up speed again. How are you guys today? Please let me know in the comments. Leave a hello or a how you doing or anything of the sort. Be sure to like, subscribe, share the video if you need to. If you feel like this is important and people have to see this, society at large, I recommend trying to get this video up to 20 million views. That would be ideal. But anything in between will be fine. Between 100 views and 20 million views will be fine for now. Yeah, this feels more maneuverable. Like even when I have the Sherman, it kind of like my Sherman like doesn't want to go that far to the left or right. The Sherman just kind of likes to go straight. But I feel like this wheel, oop, there we go. Yeah, that felt good. Yeah, you know what, guys? I mean, I've argued back. I pushed back on the suspension a lot. Not just because of money and the cost of upgrading, but because of, I'm going to go to the basketball court, folks, if you're wondering where I'm going right now. You know what? I'm going to have to take this over here. Too many people on the walkway. Now, this is a road tire, so it's not exactly off-roady, but I just didn't want to go into the crowd. Whoa. My foot got stuck in the pedals because of the thing. Oh, I didn't even mention the seat. Let's see if I can sit. No, it's too crowded here. Yeah, I'm going to go to the basketball court and see what the competition is looking like over there right now. Yeah, so if I can redo these pads, I'm not going to do that because it takes too long to do that and then undo that. But the toe pieces of the pads are a little bit constricting and preventing me from like moving my feet around too much or even getting my foot wedged in there in the best way possible. Yeah, I feel like I could totally jump off sidewalks or go up sidewalks or go downstairs with this wheel comfortably, and that it wouldn't be very detrimental to the condition of the wheel. That's how I feel riding this thing, based on the bumps that I'm feeling. Yeah, a lot of people playing ball today. Nice day out, beautiful day. So, yeah, I think that'll wrap up today's ride. I think I'm going to pull over here and dismount, maybe unload some of my gear and see if I can't get a few shots off on this lovely day. But if you're out there, thanks for checking out EUC NYC, guy. Have a great day. Goodbye.